We've run things successfully for thousands of years. We, the imagined order, facing crisis after crisis, without a single failure. But since Jones betrayed us, now it's clear. He wasn't working alone.
You're not done yet, but it's always good to see you. You're looking great today, by the way. I love your style. I'm a bouncer. I protect this club. And this is Flora Store. It protects your gut.
Hey, what's up guys, Camper Rusher here. Welcome back everybody to another Fortnite video. Today we're focusing heavily on the cube. Who's going to control the cube? The end of season live event, of course, but mostly what's going to happen afterwards. All right, lots of stuff in between. Stick around. Here we go. Fortnite China has pretty much confirmed there will be little to no delay to the new season in a recent post. All right, I got it posted there, but yeah, it's looking like our September 12th day, right? That's our day in the files right now, is going to be the new season. All right, hopefully it stays the same. I mean, we've had delays in the past. All right, I wouldn't be shocked, but at this point, no sign of a delay. Also, though, they did acknowledge the Brute. It's SX. It's a missile. It's a deja vu nightmare. No, it's Morty the Mecha. And what they're referencing here is the trailer, the arrival trailer for Mecha Morty mimics the introduction to the Mecha, the Mecha loading screen, the Brute loading screen way back when. Which I think is kind of funny, but I think it matters too, all right? So yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, it was just a popular loading screen, but instead of the Brute, it's Mecha Morty, which is just funny, but doesn't mean something more. I want to remind you from our massive insider anonymous source leak a month or so ago, there was this: rideable monsters and mechs will come to the island at some point, probably not this season, all right? Most of these leaks, there was a couple for Chapter 3, but most were end of this season or Season 8. I have a feeling this is coming in Season 8, all right? Will it be the rideable monsters, the mechs? I don't really know, but we'll see. Maybe there's a little bit of a teaser happening here with Mecha Morty. Well, again, we'll wait and see. Epic has started to work on and test 18.1, right? They're ahead of the game. That's all. They're at the end of September, technically, right? What they're testing. I mean, they've got much more than that planned. So yeah, they're ahead of the game. Good to see. Arena Zone Wars concludes tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. We appreciate everyone who jumped into the mode and provided feedback. All the comments, all the replies. Bring back Booga mode. Bring back Booga. And I can't lie. I completely agree, man. Give us that mode back. Arena Zone Wars, it was fun. All right? I'll be honest, it was fun. It wasn't close to as fun as the Booga mode, though. Not even close, right? Just the amount of players, the way you dropped in. It was just so much better. And yeah, I hate to like Arena Zone Wars was a good thing. I'm just saying everyone wants it back, right? It's not just me. I want to hear your guys' thoughts though, because I know like I know I'm a little bit sweatier than some. I know there's a lot sweatier than me out there watching. But yeah, I don't know. You're casual, sweat, somewhere in between. And what were your thoughts on Arena Zone Wars and Booga mode? Let me know in the comment section. I'm interested. Samsung has begun to tease, all right? The Galaxy skin, right? They've teased this one here. So basically confirming this girl's going to be Samsung exclusive, right? We talked about it in the previous video, but now we're getting some confirmation, okay? And there's another one here, Ryan Reynolds gif. I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, we don't know a date or anything like that. Might be for the S21 devices, all right? So that'll be the specific thing they're related to. Big announcement. J Balvin, new Icon series arrives to Fortnite. All right. A big recap. There's going to be a Duos Cup, and it arrives to the shop August 26th. All right. I'm showing you the set there as well. And yeah, Duos. So I guess Duos Cup is tomorrow, right away. And it's pretty standard as usual. Just lots of points for placement. Very heavily placement based. Yeah, more than we've ever seen actually in a while. So just stay alive, all right? That's your number one goal. Again, it's not too easy though to get the prize. NA West, where I'm from, top 500 team. From August 26th to September 9th, there will also be a La Fiesta, and it's J Balvin inspired experience made by community member Iscariote. All right. Yeah, you got a preview of it right there. Not exactly sure how this is going to work, but it will be some sort of game mode. And August 26th with the release of Balvin in the item shop. Code the Camp and Rusher is never a bad idea. Neither is subscribing to the channel with noties on. A little shameless self-promotion. Thanks for the love, guys. Thanks for choosing me as your news guy. Rumor, we might get another Suicide Squad collab. The Reddit insider who privately leaked the Bloodsport collab before its announcement also mentioned Peacemaker as a collab alongside Bloodsport. His show comes out in January, so yeah, it's probably going to be a while, right? If they're going to do it, why not line it up? And like we've talked about before, people have short attention spans, all right? We know that. Marketers know that. Release something within days even of the product you're trying to promote, right? Release the skin within days, maybe maximum a week. Because yeah, people forget before the product you're trying to promote comes out. This is how Coral Castle will look like after it's fully abducted into the mothership. All right, I think we're on phase 2, so we're on the way. We're getting there. It's close. I'm sure it'll be fully abducted by 17.5 next week. 1 week away, right? It's already been a week since our massive update, and we have another massive one coming. I'm sure we're going to get lots of live event leaks for the end of this season, and just a lot more questions answered. We have some questions answered here in a couple minutes once we get to the end of the video, live event-wise. But before then, some survey questions, all right? These surveys help us understand Epic Games' mindset, what they're thinking, what they're planning to implement. And here's some of them. Asking detailed questions about different types of collaborations, the brand, if they were limited time mode crossovers, things like that. So they're very interested in what's the popularity of how they approach their collabs, rather than just the type of collabs, right? Some are going to be more popular than others, of course, but it's how they do it. I got some more questions going through there for you. And yeah, mostly all crossover stuff. Now, the other one here I wanted to focus on that they're looking at is how important are the following when deciding to complete legendary quests, and they, XP rewarded, uncovering the next plot line, how the quest expands on the story of the season, and the rarity of the quest. So, like I've said this season, I'm not a big challenge guy, all right? I'll admit it. I do not do challenges really at all. But with that being said, just watching, and I've been reviewing a lot of the challenges because of the lore and the storyline importance that's attached to them. I think that's really cool. So yeah, another great question here for the comments. Do you enjoy the quests more, the challenges more, because there's a storyline portion to it? Or does it not matter to you? Let me know. New tournament, play VS, fall, high school, solo. Yeah, it's the United States and Canada. High school students, you can now sign up, and I will link
Don't you know we make it look easy?
this down below. Link Fire Monkey down below. He tweeted this out. Here's a list of creative islands Epic Games was working on in the past and might currently be working on. There's a lot of them, right? And there's some big ones too. $8.99 by $8.99 is the biggest. That's massive. Mega Flat Grid, Loot Sea, Talon Chain Islands. But you can see some of the others. Survival Island, Large Grass Island, Impossible Island. So so that would be $8.99 by $8.99. It would be half of the actual Battle Royale island. All right, that's what someone said below here. I was trying to look it up, and the problem is though, there's not enough memory to even get close to filling an island that size. But again, with Creative 2.0, we assume Chapter 3. I think it's still a year away. Maybe they'll shock us, but we might have some massive changes, and memory included, right? They're going to have to change that. All right, final thing we got today. Well, there's a few things, but it all kind of comes together. It started with a Reddit post. Ask me anything about the Fortnite lore. I'm very interested in it. And I went through, and one of the things I loved here is a comment by Gittery. Seriously though, Singularity was shown as an important character for Fortnite in the next few years. She is still in the mech, so she will probably come back and help fight the aliens or try to fix IO. Maybe the Zapatron and the involting thing from Season 8 that's in the Imposters game mode might have something to do with it. She was the first one to crack the 0 point out besides the 7, and then sending Kevin. And a further theory, this is the one I love, from Gingy. There's a theory that Singularity was in the Cuddle Team Leader suit, and after she flew away, right after the Caddis battle, she either found or created the alien colony, and now she is the leader. There is evidence of it, but he's tired of researching it all again. We'll find more out later on. Basically, the name of the alien group is similar to the word Singularity. It's like the last reality or something like that. And then with that, would she be the queen, right? Is the queen character that is basically also confirmed from that anonymous source leak. The queen character is going to come back and control the cube, right? And the cube's coming at the end of the season. This live event is where we're going to learn about this queen person. What if the queen is Singularity, is part of the last reality? It's all tied together. I thought it was a good theory, man. I don't know. We got some nice colorful art as well. I believe that's Sloan. All right, this is just some fan-made art, some fan art. Let's just picture that as Singularity, all right? Switch the character out in your head. There's one final thing I want to talk about before we head out, and that is Fortnite Season 8, Back to Win. It's a concept with evidence that comes up with it, right? Where the 0 point gets freed and the mothership explodes, releasing Corny, Slurpee, Coral, but scattering the islands. Also, the 0 point is exposed once again and they need to quickly stop it as old locations from random points in time are now starting to appear. And this makes sense to me, right? We know the last reality, the UFO, the mothership, has abducted all these old POIs. If the plan goes correctly and Sloan and the IO are able to take down the mothership, you think it would scatter some of those OG locations that we've seen inside the mothership throughout the map next season. I love this. Thanks for watching. Take care. Touch that like button.
Y'all know I'm late to everything, and I still have yet to try those spicy tiny tacos. So we gotta go do that. Oh my God. Them things is gorgeous. Jack in the Box. Y'all know there ain't no difference between the spicy and the regular tacos. Them things did not taste different at all. Playing with me and my tacos, man.
The aliens that have invaded the Fortnite island have finally revealed their true mission, and that's to exterminate every living thing for control of the Zero Point. It seems the bridge is still intact at the Imagined Order's headquarters, and according to leak quests, Dr. Sloan only has one card left up her sleeve: detonating a bomb in the mothership. The battle over the island rages on, and with only a few weeks left of this season, we found secret details that reveals who will win this war and what chaos will break out in Season 8, and let me tell you, it's about to get ugly. But it seems like this war might have been over before it even started, because all of this led to a boiling point at the end of last season. After the events of Season 6, the Spire attracted some unwanted attention from alien visitors, and at the end of last season, UFOs began to abduct people gathering some intel. The Imagined Order got word of this pretty quickly due to conspiracy theories circulating around the island, and led by Dr. Sloan, they took action quick, setting up bases, satellite dishes, and bringing in the smartest and strongest minds in the universe to help. And so it was at this point everything changed. The aliens' huge mothership made its way to the Fortnite island and went straight for the Spire. It completely blew up the tower and stole the Zero Point from the IO's grasp. And since then, the island has been at war with the aliens, and it's been an interesting one at that. So after the mothership invaded, some of the island's inhabitants decided to embrace them and turn Sweaty Sands into Believer's Beach, a place where the alien fans were gonna party. But as this was happening, we were taking orders from Dr. Sloan, who's worried that a mole is inside of the Imagined Order and feeding information to the aliens. She sends us on a wild goose chase around the map, trying to help her gather information on the UFOs, and that's when the aliens kick it up a notch. They completely take over Holly Hatchery and fill it with an alien low-gravity zone, and Sloan sees this and says the DNA of the island is being corrupted. They're preparing to terraform everything. Now, a lot of people wonder why the aliens stuck around after stealing the Zero Point. I mean, surely they got what they wanted. Why don't they just leave while they can? Well, it looks like their plan is to study the island and the Zero Point, kill everyone here, and then terraform it into a place where they can live with their ideal conditions as an alien. And that is exactly why they're placing all of these low-gravity zones around the map. And so at this point, after the aliens abduct Slurpy Swamp's factory, Sloan is ready to start fighting back. She tells everyone to prepare for a countermeasures plan that is going to take down the mothership for good. And while Fortnite hasn't revealed this plan just yet, we already know what it is. We'll get to it in a second, but it looks like Sloan is really preparing for her attack to get, well, messy.
Unfortunately, the area where it's coming down isn't as unpopulated as I'd like. I need you to warn the people there ahead of time and get them to leave. Can't risk any of them doing something to interfere with the plan.
While all of this is happening, the aliens have their plans of their own. Throughout the entire season, we've been abducted by UFOs and sent to the mothership. We are put in these prison cells before having to fight to get released. It's almost like they're experimenting on us and analyzing the way we fight each other before getting dropped back onto the island like nothing happened. But it turns out we're not the only thing that aliens have been after. Recently, they took Slurpy Swamp, and now they're in the process of completely abducting Coral Castle. This is all a part of their plan to eventually terraform the entire island into a place for them to live. So in order to speed up the process of gathering as much information as they can, they decided to lure every single person on the island in with a concert. We all went to this UFO and hopped into the rift, and then the aliens actually used this opportunity to scan everyone's brain, and of course they found the memories of all previous live events, including Kevin the Cube, the invaulting, and literally everything else. Now they know everything there is to know about the loop and the island, and once their terraforming is complete, it seems like the aliens are going to wipe us all out and live on the island instead. Now, of course, the Imagined Order is absolutely determined to stop that from happening. We are just a few weeks away from Season 8 and the climax of the entire invasion. We are also on the brink of a season finale live event, and leaks reveal a dark future. With a ton of secret information, it's time we explore some incredible theories on what exactly will happen with the future of the Fortnite Island. So unlike past seasons, we actually have a really clear idea of what's going to happen in the next few weeks. And no, not in terms of event spoilers, don't worry about that. Instead, we piece together what will probably happen when the Imagined Order and aliens finally collide. Our first theory is that as the aliens continue to terraform the island, they are going to eventually head over to Corny Complex. Now this is confirmed by leakers as the third and final POI they'll be abducted, but there's something extremely significant about Corny Complex. Not only is this the current base of operations for the Imagined Order, but Dr. Sloan has left a little present inside of it. The IO are not only expecting the aliens to abduct Corny, but they actually want them to. You see, earlier in Season 7, we saw mysterious screens on the wall that looked like some kind of plan for a bomb, and we touched upon this in our last storyline video. But since then, a large cylinder has appeared in the middle of Corny, and in the files, this is literally labeled as a part of a bomb. Let me tell you, this goes way deeper. In next week's legendary quest, Sloan is actually going to ask us to collect 3 alien devices and then activate the countermeasures device underneath Corny Complex. And once you do this quest, the bomb will be visible inside the POI. This is what it looks like. Taking a wild swing, it is probably powerful enough to damage the mothership. So of course, the plan now is that the aliens will abduct Corny Complex, including the bomb, and they will detonate it once it's inside the mothership. It's a pretty solid idea. All it takes is a powerful enough explosion and they can take the mothership down in one clean shot. But as Sloan said earlier, it's what happens after which really matters. I mean, sure, blowing up a mothership 3 times the size of the island is gonna be cool to watch, but it's also gonna cause a lot of damage. There are 2 things that could happen when the mothership explodes, and this will change the future of Chapter 2 forever. The first theory is that the mothership completely explodes from within and splits into multiple pieces, spreading all over the ocean and some of them hitting the island. Now this would be cool and will give us some fresh POIs with Season 8. But I mean, come on, knowing Fortnite, it is very possible that it'll be a lot more dramatic than that. Instead of it simply being blown up into pieces, another theory is of course that the bomb is just powerful enough to send the mothership crashing down onto the island. This would definitely be the most explosive of the 2, but it could also be what brings us straight into Season 8. Let me explain here. If a part of the mothership crashes onto the island, it's going to be devastating for a few reasons. Yes, it will literally destroy entire POIs, but there's a side effect that not even the Imagined Order have thought about. If you've been abducted by the mothership before, you'll probably know that we're held in prison cells just before we start fighting each other. Now at first, these were just a cool way to gather players, but there's much more to it than we first thought. Because the mothership has a ton of prison cells on it, and the aliens have clearly been to a lot of different universes, there could be all kinds of monsters and creatures and species in these cells spread all over the mothership. Think about it. This thing is literally 3 times the size of the Fortnite map, and we've only seen, what, like 3 rooms? It's really up to our imagination just what kind of things are on this ship. And the reason we're talking about this is because if the mothership crashes down onto the island, all of these locked up specimens, monsters, and a lot more are gonna escape and leak out onto the map. And this isn't just speculation either. Recently, an anonymous Epic employee on Reddit posted a ridiculous amount of leaks, most of which have already come true. These included the Ariana Grande concert and DC skins like Wonder Woman and Bloodsport. So far, they have been absolutely right. They also leaked Season 6 before it even happened, mentioning the Foundation being the Rock and the Spire being a main POI. So we can probably trust this leaker more than anyone right now, and that's where Season 8 comes in. This leaker claims that next season we are going to have a new feature on the island known as the Sideways. Apparently, it's going to be very similar to the Upside Down from Stranger Things, and monsters and creatures will be coming from this dimension. Oh, and apparently they're going to be rideable, so if our theory is to be believed, it's very possible that the mothership crashing down will be the cause of all of this. One thing that's really been driving me crazy is another leak from the Redditor. They claim that at the end of Season 7, Kevin the Cube is going to return.
Tyson Anytizers Chicken, the perfect snack for intermission. Keep it real. Keep it Tyson Anytizers.
He's going to be controlled by a character only known as the Queen. And yeah, the recent Imposters mode brought us a miniature Kevin Easter egg, but this is definitely not what the leaker's talking about. Maybe this quote-unquote Queen has a lot more power over the storyline than we think. Maybe controlling Kevin is just the start of her plans. According to this leaker, the Queen will play a huge role in Chapter 3, so that is so exciting. Who knows? I mean, maybe she's a prisoner on the mothership, or maybe she's actually on the alien side and appears at the last second during the event with Kevin to try and stop the IO from destroying the aliens for good. I could go on, guys, but with all that out of the way, it naturally sets us up to talk not just about Season 8, but even further than that. Of course, I'm talking about the end of Chapter 2. So we know pretty much everything about Season 7 and the battle between the Imagined Order and the Chimera, that's a given. But when it comes to Season 8 and even beyond, that's where the real questions about the storyline come in. And we have a ton of questions that have yet to be answered, and with the last few seasons giving us more and more characters, it's getting harder to follow all their stories by the day. For starters, we have the Foundation in the 7, and in Season 7's opening, the Foundation was thrown from the 0 point and straight into the ocean. Now, some people believe that the Foundation was actually abducted by the mothership and thrown back out into the ocean once they scanned all of his memories. But it doesn't make that much sense because surely they would hold such a powerful man prisoner. I mean, we've seen what kind of powers he has. So for now, it's safe to assume the Foundation has been sitting at the bottom of the ocean for an entire season, ready to make a return at any moment. He's probably in a deep sleep from being sealed away for months and is yet to wake up. But as for the rest of the 7, what role will they play in the future? We are going to learn a lot more about them with the seasons to come. But then we have the case of Agent Jones. Now, we haven't seen him since he was lost in the loop back in Season 6, so the real question is simply, has he escaped the loop yet? A big theory in our last storyline video was that Agent Jones actually disguised himself as a cow to try and get abducted by the mothership and escape the loop. And if that's the case, maybe he's already planted something. And then we have the most mysterious characters of all of Chapter 2, Gino and the Sisters. These are either the ancient leaders of the Imagined Order who founded it and created the loop, or they are some kind of other being that will be extremely important in the future. Maybe Gino is the Queen. Tune into our next storyline video to find out. And of course, I have to give a special shout out to certain people for helping us create this video. Of course, Ben and Sammy here at Top 5 Games.